Okay, so the family is of sans serif, serif, and square serif. The last being the latest version, which was released last year, and I think it's going to be very, very popular. It took 2 years to design the font and a year to figure out the side bearings. And now the most important tool for me is not the computer for actually coming up with the style of the type, but paper, tracing paper and pencil, because I can feel the letter in my hands working with tracing paper and pencil. And then I scan the letters. When I'm happy with the sketches, I scan the letters and bring them into Photoshop and work in Photoshop like I used to work with pen and paper and so forth. And then I bring it into the computer. But you can't really just start from scratch on a computer. You have to sketch the letters out first in order to get a feeling for the letter itself. You know, I'm a calligrapher, and that was very important in doing the italic especially, trying to get a fluid kind of motion going. Mine is full of subtleties, and I have to be nitpicking and point out subtleties, and they're used to everything moving at once. So, but teaching is very rewarding, and you know, it just, I think I do it at this point by osmosis. I transfer the disease of typography onto others, you know, the subtlety. When students tell me, you know, that, you know, they're worried about position of a letter, what would Mr. Arnholm think? And so I just, you know, I'm really happy doing it. And I think the important thing is that the type has some of the qualities of the original font, the Nicholas Jensen of 1470, which some typographic authorities consider to be the greatest type ever designed. And it was the very first lowercase letter and established what our lowercase letter looked like. Now, at the time, there was no italic. That came later, and I used a Garamond italic that I found at the university library in one of the books that I photographed. And the italic in the square serif is so readable that I was just taken back by that, even in the bold, you know. And so that was the thing, and I think it would be an ideal font for e-readers, you know, and because it's crisp without being overly assertive.